Have you ever woken up, looked in the mirror, and wondered, when did I start feeling older than I really am? Maybe your joints feel a bit stiffer, your energy dips by midday, or your skin seems more tired than it used to. If you've had that moment of quiet reflection, you're not alone. Aging is natural, yes, but did you know that there are hidden habits and silent culprits that are actually speeding it up unnecessarily? And the best part? Once you know what they are, you can start taking gentle, natural steps to slow things down and bring back that vibrant spark you thought was gone. After 60, your body doesn't bounce back like it used to, but that doesn't mean it can't thrive. In fact, many people find that with the right small changes, they feel even better than they did in their 40s. The key is knowing what's quietly working against you, things you may have never even considered, and learning how to turn them around. That's exactly what we're going to explore together today. Now, let's talk about one of the sneakiest culprits of all, chronic stress. It doesn't always look like we think it does. It's not always the big things like grief or trauma, though those matter deeply. Sometimes it's the everyday tension, like worrying about your health, managing loneliness, or even just hearing the constant noise of bad news. Over time, stress starts to act like a slow-burning fire in the body. It raises inflammation, weakens the immune system, messes with your sleep, and speeds up aging at the cellular level. Scientists now know that chronic stress can even shorten your telomeres, the protective caps on your DNA, which literally speeds up the aging of your cells. But here's the beautiful part. You don't need a spa retreat or a fancy program to calm that stress down. Just 10 quiet minutes in the morning with your cup of tea, sitting by a window and breathing deeply, can begin to change your body's chemistry. Try this simple practice. Breathe in for 4 counts, hold it for 4, and then exhale slowly for 6. Do that 5 times and notice how your heart rate calms, your shoulders drop, and your thoughts slow down. When done daily, even that small practice sends a message to your body that it's safe, that it can relax, and that it's not under threat. And when your body believes it's safe, it stops aging so quickly. Now, stress isn't the only hidden villain in this story. Another quiet enemy many don't even recognize is poor sleep. You might say, well, of course I know sleep is important, but I'm not just talking about getting enough hours. I'm talking about the quality of your sleep. Light, broken sleep, where you wake up feeling groggy or toss and turn through the night, prevents your brain and body from entering the deeper healing stages. And those stages are when your cells repair, your memory stores, and your immune system strengthens. So what's stealing that good sleep? One big factor is blue light from phones, tablets, and TVs late at night. That blue light tells your brain it's still daytime, so it stops making melatonin, the hormone that tells your body it's time to rest. And without melatonin, your sleep can stay shallow even if you're in bed for 8 hours. But here's a gentle solution. Turn off all screens at least an hour before bed. Swap your phone for a book, or even better, dim the lights and listen to calming music. Lavender oil in a diffuser or a warm bath with Epsom salts can also signal to your nervous system that it's time to wind down. It's not about creating a strict bedtime routine like a child. It's about honoring your body's natural rhythms. When you treat sleep as a sacred time to recharge, your body thanks you with clearer skin, sharper memory, and steadier energy during the day. Let's also touch on something that may surprise you: sitting too much. We all know the movement is important, but after 60, it's easy to fall into longer periods of sitting, especially if your knees hurt or your energy is lower than it used to be. But sitting for hours at a time slows your circulation, weakens muscles, and can even affect your digestion. The body was designed to move, not to run marathons, but to stretch, walk, and sway gently throughout the day. If you've ever felt stiff after sitting through a TV show or reading for an hour, your body's already giving you a message. The trick here isn't to join a gym or start jogging. Those days may be behind you, and that's perfectly fine. What helps is just a few minutes of gentle movement every hour. Stand up, stretch your arms, roll your shoulders, take a walk around the living room, or even step outside to feel the sun on your face. That small act gets your blood flowing again and wakes up your muscles. And if you make it a habit, you'll notice your joints become more flexible, your digestion improves, and your energy returns more naturally. These changes don't require a huge effort, just awareness and gentle consistency. That's the magic of natural aging. Now that your mind is gently wrapping around the idea that small, mindful shifts can bring about real transformation, let's turn our attention to something you might not feel until it's already taken a toll. Dehydration. It might sound too simple to be a hidden killer, but trust me, it's one of the most overlooked factors when it comes to premature aging, especially after 60. You see, as we age, our sense of thirst becomes less sharp. That means you might not even feel thirsty, even when your body is already running low on fluids. And the result? Dry skin, brain fog, constipation, low energy, and even joint pain. The body is made up of more than 60% water. It's what carries nutrients, removes waste, cushions your joints, and literally keeps every cell functioning. Think of a houseplant that hasn't been watered for a few days. Its leaves start to droop, the edges curl, and the whole thing looks tired and dull. That's exactly what happens to your cells when you're not hydrated enough. They shrink, they stiffen, and they stop performing at their best. And over time, that dryness starts to show up on your face, in your digestion, in your mental clarity. It ages you from the inside out. Now, here's something simple and natural you can do today. Start your morning with a full glass of water before anything else. Not coffee, not tea, just water. Add a slice of lemon if you like. Then aim to sip water throughout the day, not chugging it all at once. Herbal teas, broths, and water-rich foods, like cucumbers, melons, and oranges, also count. And if you're someone who forgets, set little reminders or place a beautiful water jug on the table where you can see it. Make hydration feel like a daily ritual, a way of honoring your body's need for care. Now, there's another quiet force working behind the scenes that many people don't talk about. Processed foods. We live in a world where convenience is king. Ready-made meals, snacks in bags, things that last forever on shelves. And while those foods might be quick and easy, many of them are full of chemicals, excess sugars, and unhealthy fats that wreak havoc on your system. They inflame the body, stress the liver, mess with your gut bacteria, and create a constant internal environment of imbalance. The truth is, the body after 60 doesn't process junk the same way it used to. Your metabolism slows down, your liver gets more sensitive, and your gut becomes less resilient. That means every bag of chips, sugary dessert, or microwave meal isn't just empty calories. It's feeding the conditions that accelerate aging: inflammation, high blood sugar, brain fog, and fatigue. But here's the good news. You don't need to go on a restrictive diet to make a difference. Just start by replacing one processed item a day with something whole and nourishing. Maybe you trade that packaged muffin for a boiled egg and fruit. Or instead of a sugary drink, you go for homemade lemonade with a touch of honey. Every small shift gives your body a break from chemicals and a boost of real healing nutrients. And don't forget the power of fresh herbs and spices. Things like turmeric, ginger, garlic, and cinnamon aren't just for flavor. They actually support the immune system, lower inflammation, and help protect against disease. Adding them to your meals is like giving your body a little natural medicine with every bite. Now let's talk about something deeply human: the emotional weight of loneliness. After 60, especially if children have moved out or a partner has passed, many people quietly begin to experience a sense of disconnection. And that emotional isolation isn't just painful, it's dangerous. Studies now show that chronic loneliness can be as harmful as smoking 15 cigarettes a day. It raises stress hormones, weakens the immune system, and speeds up physical and cognitive decline. But here's the heartening truth. Connection doesn't have to come from a crowd. One heartfelt conversation with a neighbor, a phone call with an old friend, or even a shared laugh with someone at the grocery store can begin to shift your entire emotional state. Even spending time with a pet, joining a local walking group, or volunteering for a cause you care about brings warmth back into the soul, and that warmth slows the aging process in a very real way. And don't underestimate the power of simply being seen. When we feel invisible, our light dims, but when we feel heard, appreciated, and engaged, our energy blossoms. So if there's someone you've been meaning to reach out to, do it today. If you've been holding back from joining a group or trying something new because you felt unsure or shy, give yourself permission. You have nothing to prove, only life to enjoy. You deserve to feel alive, not just exist. And that aliveness comes from the connections you nurture and the love you allow yourself to give and receive. All these hidden killers, stress, poor sleep, dehydration, processed foods, and loneliness, they don't announce. There's one more hidden force we haven't talked about yet, and it may be the most underestimated of all. It's the quiet damage caused by a life without purpose, not having something that lights you up, gets you out of bed, or gives you a reason to keep reaching forward. You see, the body may age, but when the mind and spirit lose direction, the decline is even faster. Purpose isn't about grand goals or building a legacy. It can be something beautifully simple. Tending to a garden, teaching a grandchild how to cook a family recipe, writing letters to loved ones, volunteering at the library, knitting for charity, or even keeping a daily journal of your memories and thoughts. Your purpose can change over time, and that's okay. What matters is that something gives you a reason to feel needed, valued, and fulfilled. When we lose a sense of purpose, our days start to blur, our mind grows foggy, our body slows down because it no longer feels the drive to stay sharp and active. But when we feel like we still matter to ourselves, to others, to the world, it ignites a kind of internal vitality that no supplement or treatment can replicate. And the amazing thing, purpose doesn't always come from doing something huge. It often lives in small moments, a kind word, a creative project, a walk with a camera to capture beauty. It can live in curiosity, in faith, in laughter, in kindness. It's never too late to create purpose or rediscover it in a new way. And when you do, you'll feel the difference not just emotionally, but physically. Purpose lifts posture, sharpens thinking, softens wrinkles, and revives energy. It gives life rhythm and meaning. So now take a moment. Ask yourself, what makes me feel alive? What do I love that I've forgotten to make time for? Is there a hobby I let go of, a skill I miss using, or something I always dreamed of doing but never tried? Give yourself permission to step into that again. You're not too old. It's not too late. If your heart beats, your purpose lives. Let's take a breath here together. Everything we've talked about, stress, poor sleep, dehydration, processed food, loneliness, and a lack of purpose, these are not signs of failure. They're signals, gentle nudges from your body and spirit, reminding you that they need attention, that you deserve care, not just survival, that aging doesn't have to mean fading away. It can mean blooming differently. You don't need to change everything overnight. In fact, lasting change often comes from gentle, consistent effort, not massive overhauls. Start with the one thing that speaks to you most. Maybe tonight you choose to dim the lights, sip a calming tea, and fall asleep a little earlier. Maybe tomorrow you pour yourself a big glass of water in the morning and stretch for 5 minutes before breakfast. Maybe this week you call someone you've missed, or take a walk in nature, letting your senses absorb the world around you. Every small step you take sends a powerful message to your body. I care for you. I choose life. I choose presence. And your body, believe me, will respond with gratitude. You'll feel it in the way your skin softens, your thoughts sharpen, your movements feel freer. Aging with grace is not about pretending to be young. It's about honoring the wisdom, beauty, and strength you've earned while gently nurturing the parts that still want to thrive. So as we wrap up today, let this be your reminder. The most powerful anti-aging remedy isn't found in a bottle or a clinic. It's in your daily choices, your breath, your water, your rest, your food, your relationships, your joy, and your purpose. You are not powerless in the face of time. You are a living, breathing miracle with the ability to heal, to grow, and to feel fully alive at any stage of life. Don't let anyone or anything tell you otherwise. If this message spoke to you, I'd love to hear from you in the comments. What resonated most? What's one thing you're going to try this week? Let's build a community of strength and wisdom right here. Your story matters, and someone out there may need to hear it. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to give it a like and subscribe for more content designed just for you, because your journey is worth celebrating and there's so much more to explore together. Here's to you, to vitality, and to living your best, most vibrant life at any age.